welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to cover everything that's transpired over the last 24 hours, and there is some big news about the cheat engine. It is back, or actually it's always been here. We're going to see that video on Boomer about the cheat engine. We're going to look at all these videos that have come out since the last one I passed, but we're actually going to look at the videos. I've got them pulled up already. I've gone through them a little bit so we know what's going on with the video. We're going to talk about each of the videos that have come out here, and we're going to talk about the cheat engine. You got to understand, the cheat engine speeds up the whole user interface for the game. It's not just to try to win tournaments. When I was using it, when BGE was using it to show that people had been using to speed up their game for the last 2 years, and that's a fact. The company said they were going to do something about it. They said that they did do something about it, but everybody since that day on my stream, these are people that I trust, that I know very well, say that they kept using it. They won at 1.9 speed on the cheat engine, and they just kept using it because they said, you know what, if I get banned, then I'll move on to another game or I'll start another account. It wasn't that big of a deal to them because it was so nice to move around the game. It has nothing to do with cheating, guys. It really doesn't. It has to do with, say when I click on the market right here, you see that load time to where it faded into the market? When you use something like that speeds up your game, we're not going to give it a name because the name itself makes it sound like you're cheating. When we've got a RAID Shadow Legends tool out here, which will automate the game for you, that's okay with the company completely. With RAID Shadow Legends Helper, I can sit there and it will summon all my forged material for me, summon all of these right here, 1,000, the whole entire day while I'm gone, and I can tell it to keep ones with speed substats and sell everything else. And I could literally walk away from my computer and go to work and come home, and all this will be taken care of. I'm not nitpicking what they allow, what they don't allow. All I'm saying is that people don't use the cheat engine, and again, the name really throws it off, to do something nefarious with the game, to try to win an arena. They use it because they used it back then, and it's so nice to whip around the game. Let me give you a quick analogy, then we're going to go check out what's going on with the Boomer. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but let's say you're in the grocery store, you want to buy a stick of gum, and you've got a date. And then in front of you is an elderly person with a whole bunch of groceries, and they're looking to get their money together, and you know it's going to take time. You're sitting there waiting. That's pretty much like everything all day long with the game. You're waiting. There's so much to do. It's such a time sink. But then say you have your stick of gum in your cell phone, and you walk through like a metal detector, and you're out of the store. Like that quick. You're just boom through. Everything, once you start using the cheat engine, is like that. You're just done. You're through it. Moving around here, like when I was using it, I think it was 2 to 3 days, you just zip around. You click on something and it's instantaneous and you can't really see the effect. I know I'm explaining it to you and I'm clicking on something like this and you're like, yeah, I could understand it instantly going here, but really you can't. You can't unless you tried it because it's much faster than your eye can even see. And then when you click on something to purchase it, everything is faster. Like even just this movement, it's crazy. It's just a quality of life improvement. It's not something to try to go cheat in CVC with. There's already tools to cheat in CVC with that are okay with the game, so go use those tools. But if you want to cheat in CVC to get more runs in during the time, sure, you could use the cheat engine to do that. I'm not telling you to do that. The game company says that they do not allow it and that they have taken actions against it, but I'm telling you what everybody has told me since that date, that they've been using it, they still use it, and they've still been okay. So it has never disappeared. If it is, in fact, being used right now over there in Boomer's video, which we're going to go look. Let's go check it out and see what's going on with that. Then we can move on to all the other videos that have happened over the last 24 hours. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, let's see what Boomer says. That's why I have the headsets on.
So all right. Okay, so this is his offense now, right? Okay, so the first thing that I noticed, this is like from 17 minutes 8 seconds to here is 20 seconds difference, so which means this fight here took 20 seconds, and then here to here is 22 seconds, right?
This would be
so
just
this
like
fight
30 seconds.
Manable, 22 seconds, and then from this fight to this fight is 19 seconds. So this fight took 19 seconds, and we look 117k power, right? Which means the same team,
right? So he's.
All right, let's scroll up right. Yeah, let's scroll up right here. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? So like a few months ago, EGE and my boy StewGaming got kicked out from the what's called from the content creator program.
Yeah, we did. We got kicked out from the content creator program for exposing this so that something could be done about it, because we were so just amazed that everybody had been using it for so long. It was pretty insane. So here is Boomer talking about where he can see the icon for Cheat Engine. Doesn't mean that this person used that. I have no idea. He did explain the time difference about how fast it was, and using something like this can absolutely give you an advantage at reset. That last 5 minutes when you're battling out from first place to 5th place, it's huge if you can get additional wins in there. I mean, it makes all the difference because everybody is there to the last second trying to get a win in to get that top space. So for sure, it can make a difference there. Let's go back over. So I don't know if it was used or not. That's not enough proof for me, but I can understand where he's coming from. He's looking at the timestamps. That was that person's attack log. He was looking at the attacks they were doing and then saying that it was way too fast. And then he saw the Cheat Engine icon. So he's putting 2 and 2 together and saying that's what happens. So it could be it. I mean, like I said, everybody has still been using it. The measures they put in place do not stop you from using the Cheat Engine from what I've been told. Just to let you know that. Don't go try to use it and get banned and then blame me for it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So since yesterday, we had a new video come out on Ash about the start of 2020 best champion to use. We already know that's Kale. They've done nothing to these other champions at all. So we know that forever will always be 2019 to 2022. It's always going to be Kale. But I do have that video pulled up, so we're going to go check these videos out. I'm just going to briefly go over them, and then we're going to go look at the actual video and see what they're up to. We have Triaku giving us the best 10 tips for, a lot of people are doing tips for 2022. Maybe I should jump on this, start actually doing RAID Shadow Legends videos along with my commentary in the mornings. Because I just woke up. I just woke up an hour ago. My face hasn't even settled. A lot of people on my last video said I look really tired. I'm old. When I wake up in the morning, it really takes about an hour to 2 hours for my face to settle. And that's not a joke. That's like a real thing. Okay, let's go down. Rufus coming out. I actually did not open this one up. The most unique one key in the world. I'm going to open that one up over here for the rest of the videos because I'm curious to actually what that is. Everyone. Then we come down here further. I see Hell Hades on his free-to-play account with our new Tatura. We're going to check that one out. Not the best clan boss champion in the world, but that is his free to play, so you got to play with what you have access to. This is really cool seeing Layla Fox Nation do speed runs with the Zavia and Poison Explosion and 2 Taurus, a team that I've used for many years now, which has been amazing. We'll go check that out with her. I didn't pull up the J Gigs one. I did skim through it, and he's just doing his morning routine, kind of like I'm doing right now. I didn't see any major summons. I think he's just talking about summons, and maybe he did a summon at the end of the video. Panic Gaming, I didn't check you out, buddy, but you are here. MTG Jedi, again, coming in with stuff to help you out with the Sacred Order. And then I think there's another Sacred Order down here as well. Somebody else has been talking about the Sacred Order recently. Besmir coming in here for a stream. That's awesome to see. Triaku, again, for the new things for 2022. Coming here to get your War Maiden. And then we do have Chofly pulled up over there for Epic Teams for Fire Night 20, since we have a Fire Night tournament going on to where you can only use epic champions. Go with Rufus and see what he's doing with this really unique team to beat the clan boss. And what we're looking at here, we've got Vizier, Rhodos, Arbiter. Who's that one on the far left? Okay, Mashaled. And then he's got all the stats for these champions for right on the money for a 1 key, I believe. He was at 70. Yeah, all we need is 70.1, right? I think he was like right on it. And then Rhodos is bringing in 31 million. I think that's what the video is really about. Bringing a Rhodos in to do insane damage. So if you guys are curious about that, go check this out with Rufus, because now I'm a little curious seeing this with you all. 31 million with Rhodos? I mean, obviously the cast that he's bringing in is insane. We've got Vizier here. We've got Mashaled, Arbiter, everybody's got, and Bad El Khazar. Not everybody has this exact team. And it was on the money, but I'm sure we could, if we look at his gear, maybe we can help that out a little bit if we have better gear. I don't know if he's using insane gear. He could be using the best of the best for all I know. He's got Relentless in here. Pretty cool team. Let's go over here to Sissy of Flame Tongue with Cold Brew. He's bringing her in because we have her on a 10 times event right now. So he's showing you the magic she can do. She is in an ultimate team, although you don't need somebody like this guy, Crypt King Roll. These are kind of best in slot, a lot of them. Actually, if we had Ignatius, it would be even better because then he'd have irresistible burns to put up, and then Sissy would take care of those. This guy would freeze them all, and then we'd come in here with a Cold Heart and reset. Although I have my Sissia teamed up with Sissia, 2 Cold Hearts, a Prince Kaimar, and is that it? I think, oh, another burn champion. I've got some of the burn champion in there to get the burns up first, and it is a 16-second run, somewhere around there, because you don't have to have your Cold Hearts that strong to do the damage they need to do, right? And then he brings Sissia in here into a hard clan boss, no, Hydra boss team. 280 is the hard one. He brings her in here with a pretty good cast. I don't see a lot of support for them. We've got the Godseeker to lower the cooldown on our buffs, lower them on their buffs, debuffs on us, and then give us some heals, revive some people. This team could do okay on, I mean, hard is hard, guys. There's just nothing you could do about it. Hard isn't, who do you have in lead here? Hard is in Sissia. Okay, hard is insanely hard. So he's using her as the lead, I believe, to give her a turn meter from Shamal to get up our decreased defense, to get up the burns as often as possible. And then she was the one getting sucked away there, getting eaten first. I'm curious to see what kind of damage that is. Sorry, nothing I can do about these popping up.
Worth it if you could get her to.
I want to go to the end here. Yeah, I see only 11,000. It's the Hydra boss, guys. What can you say? No matter what you bring into the Hydra boss, even on hard, unless you have the right team comp along with the right gear and spec, it's insanely hard. There's nothing we can do about that. Hell Hades is coming in with his free-to-play account, and he is using Tatura on the clan boss. Now, this is Ultra Nightmare, again, with his free-to-play account, so he's got options. Not all the options in the world, but he does have a Geomancer and an Armstrong in here. We also have Venomage and Apothecary. This is not the best clan boss champion in the world. All it's doing is giving us Veil, along with increased defense and decreased accuracy on the A1. Helpful, sure, but not the best in the world. But you got to use what you got to use on a free-to-play, and it is cool seeing it in this environment with a free-to-play team and Geomancer in here. I'm sure it's going to help out, right? It's definitely there to help out, but not best in slot. Free-to-play. You got to, I mean, free-to-play is fun because then you use these type champions and you try to make them work into teams. I actually enjoy free-to-play a lot more than my own account because same thing with Hell Hades. Your own account has everything on it. If you're an in-game player that's been whaling for quite a long time, you have all the champions. So doing this means that you have to use different team comps that you normally wouldn't. So it's more enjoyable to me. We're coming over to the best starter champion of 2022. This was Ash's video. He's got Darth Micro on here with him, and they're just talking over the champions. They're talking over each one of them, and you know it's Kale. I don't know what they said, but I can guarantee you it's Kale. It's always Kale. Always Kale. Just believe in Kale. It's him. Kal-El will always take care of you. Now we've got Xavia over here with Layla Fox Nation doing the 2 Tauruses along with Renegade, and we've got, what is his name? I can't remember at this time. You know, Eurogrim. This team I came out with, this 4 team I came out with years ago, and I've used them quite a lot. And it's a really good team. And I'm glad to see Layla coming out with videos on in-game content or just like content like this in general. I know she does a lot of storytelling stuff. She does a lot of collabs where they're just having a good time. It's cool to see her actually come out with this kind of content. It's pretty interesting. Then we've got the last one here, Chofly, coming in with stage 20 of Fire Night. So again, we have a Fire Night tournament going on. It is only epic champions that you can use. Now, I will say that if you're going to use these epics, you don't have to use these epics on stage 20. He is showcasing stage 20 with Seer. The greatest thing about stage 20 is that we don't need Seer to clear the waves. You just need good epic champions with good gear on them. And you don't have to worry about so much keeping the Fire Knight. We don't have to worry about it at all, keeping the Fire Knight's turn meter down. If you're bringing in epic champions that have turn meter reduction, especially an Allure, that's all you need because our turn meter reduction is not halved. So there's just a ton of teams you could bring in if you're doing 20. A crap ton. So try it out. Slow speed will be your friend. If you're bringing in any kind of slow speed on the boss with any epics that you have out there, you got to use all epics. But Allure, if you have her, lock out her skills, just have her A1, do that 3-hit A1, go in there on 20 and get the shield down. It's going to be actually pretty easy if you're doing 20. If you're doing 25, which my team is set up to do 25, not with epics though. Let's look over here and see what I've got. I think the only non-epic is Ghostborn. Yeah, so I've got a Ghostborn in here. Like this is a fantastic team. If you want to do stage 20, just bring in your Archmage, bring in your Allure, bring in your Seer, and then you can bring in any other kind of epics that you want to help you get through the waves. Her being locked out on her A2 and A3 and only doing her A1 is going to help you on wave 2. That way you're doing turn meter reduction on all of wave 2. He's going to help you on wave 2 doing AoE stuns. Amazingly, he's going to give you speed increase. So bring out your Archmage. I mean, your Archmage is really the key here along with these two if you want to. But you don't need to bring in Seer. If you're doing stage 20, don't worry about it. If you're doing stage 24, 25, sure. It's all epics. Bring out your Seer, bring your Archmage, bring your Allure, and then whatever kind of other epics that make sense for what you have. I haven't really gone into looking at teams right now for this. If I was going to do a dedicated video, I'd bring out a lot of teams for you and see what we can do on stage 24 and 25 for the epics, but they would consist of Seer. If we're going to do stage 20, let's do without Seer, because it's really easy to do without Seer. Much easier than stage 24 or 25, because we just can't... it's not going to work out well on stage 24 and 25, although I have actually done videos on stage 25 without Seer and using Archmage and Allure specifically, so we can do it. We can do it easily. It's just going to be longer runs. Longer runs than I think you want to mess with at this point, but I'm sure we could speed it up. We could bring in a couple Royal Guards. This team, actually 2 Royal Guards without Seer. Bring in a Stag Knight on wave 2 with enough speed. We're going to loop back around. We're either going to get a speed increase, 3-turn cooldown, right, for Archmage. We're either going to get a speed increase, and then we're going to come in there and stun them quick enough with Allure doing turn meter reduction on them, and with our Royal Guards doing their A3 with slow speed and turn meter reduction on that, bringing the takedown. And then when we get to the boss, it's really about getting enough hits up on the shield. I mean, that's the hardest thing. So if we have multi-hit, Royal Guard won't necessarily, he won't have multi-hit unless his A3 is ready to go again. So that's going to be the biggest hurdle, not getting through the waves with all epics. It's being prepared and having it time up properly so that you get the shield down. Because once you get the shield down with certain champions, you're good to go. But it's really hard to do those 12 hits if you don't have a lot of multi-hit A1. And since we can't bring in Cold Heart, it's going to be a little more difficult here on stage 24, 25. Actually, a pretty cool challenge. Maybe I'll work on that today. That's it, everyone. That's the recap of everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. Let me know your thoughts on people using a speed hack. It's not really a hack. It's no different than using RAID Shadow Legends Helper or anything else. It's really not. But let me know your thoughts on people still using that. If that blows your mind, I mean, it shouldn't. I've told you this many times. It's never stopped. It never was taken care of before. It's never stopped now. So it's out there. It's been out there. There are people that I know that I trust that are still using it, and it works, is all I can say. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't. I will see you all in a video soon.